Hello, dear student. Today, the topic which we are covering scope of marketing under your marketing management chapter. In last class, we have seen that what is marketing, various definitions of marketing, and value for marketing. So, under definitions, we have discussed that marketing is all about meeting the needs profitably. We've seen that it is all about understanding the needs and wants of your customers and satisfying those needs and customers better than the competitors. So now under this module, we will see that what is the scope of marketing. So let's go. So when we are saying scope of marketing, first thing emerges that what all things we can market. Okay, so we can do marketing for goods, services, events, experiences, persons, place, organization, information, ideas. So for all these things we can do marketing. Events, goods and services, I hope everyone understand. Events like some kind of conferences are there or some contests are there. Experience you can market like your river rafting is there, that is a kind of experience, or paragliding is there. Persons they can market their self when you are going for an interview, try to do market yourself, or motivational speakers are there, they market their self. Places, organization, information, ideas, these all things can also be marketed. Next is marketers and prospects. So here we will discuss who are the marketers and who are their prospects. It is very clear that name itself suggesting that a marketer is someone who seeks a response, attention, a purchase, a vote, a donation from another party, which is called prospects. So marketer is a person who is doing marketing for attention, purchase, vote, donation, and another party for whom this thing is being done, they will be called prospects. If there are two parties who are trying to sell something to each other, in that case, both will be called marketers. Now, under marketers and prospects, we will discuss the various types of demand. Demand itself, we discussed in last chapter or last lecture, which I took for you. So we define demand as the requirement of a product which is supported by ability to pay and willingness to pay. So here we have given 8 types of demand: negative demand, non-existing demand, latent demand, declining demand, irregular demand, full demand, overfull demand, unwholesome demand. Now one by one we will discuss each type of demands. So first we will discuss about negative demand. So negative demand is a type of demand which is created if the product is disliked in general, like insurance policy. We all know that it is very, very important, but we try to delay it as much as possible. Similarly, the dental services, nobody like to go for dental problems, or nobody like to go to the dentist for their dental problems. If it is acute pain or it is like you are not able to bear that pain, then only you go to dentist. So this kind of demand, we will say negative demand for a product. Second, non-existing demand. In this kind of demands, marketers think that there is a demand for the product in the market, but really there is no demand for the product. For example, there are so many educational and computer courses which are outdated now. Okay, but still those programs are running. These types of demand we will say non-existing demand. Like I can give you an example. few softwares are there which are outdated. Okay, like you can say that Tally, it is an outdated computer course, but still it is running. Okay, because marketers think there is a demand for those kind of courses. Next is latent demand. Okay, this is a kind of demand which customers realize later. Means they are already using some product or some services, and after using that thing, they came to know that they need something addition. They need something more under this category. Okay, or you can say that latent demand is a kind of demand which the customer don't really think that they require something. Okay, and once the product comes in the market, they accept it as they were required. Okay, like for example, we can say that the evolution of mobile phones. Okay, in the beginning, we was happy with our cordless mobile phones. Okay, then slowly that Nokia introduced their basic phones in which you can get a call as well as SMS. After few years, we have seen that mobile phones inbuilt camera with inbuilt cameras, and that too very less like megapixel cameras and all. But slowly the customer realized that they need something extra in their mobile phones, and then came the smartphones. And then smartphones also, you can see that there is a continuous improvement in different models. So those all changes or improvements are happening based on the demand of the customers. Okay, when initial model came, that time consumers were not aware about their demand, but slowly they realized that they need extra features in the current product, and because of those things, the new updated versions of those products came in the market. Next is declining demand. Consumers being to buy the product less frequently or not at all. Like example, for example, Walkmans are there. Okay, after introducing the new technology, people are less willing to buy Walkmans, or we can say nobody is buying Walkman nowadays. Okay, so although little bit demand is there for the product, some people from some places might be buying that, but overall, if you will see, the demand for the product went down. Okay, less frequently. Next is irregular demand. Basically, these are for seasonal or monthly, weekly, daily, or every hourly basis. The product which we purchase, very common examples, yeah, like your umbrellas. You buy those products only in rainy season or summers, and your ACs, mostly in hot weather, you buy those products. So it is not like for all over the time in the year you are buying those products. So these are seasonal products. Next type of demand is full demand. Consumers are adequately buying all the products put in the marketplace, like your medicines. Okay. Over full demand is the kind of demand, how much ever product you are putting in the market, or how much supply is coming in the market, that is being consumed by the consumers. More customer would like to buy the product that can be satisfied, like cereals are there. So those kind of demand we will say overfull demand. Next kind of demand is unwholesome demand. So consumers may be attracted to the products that have undesirable social consequences, like cigarettes are there, alcohols are there, pirate movies are there, guns are there. So those kinds of demand will come under the category of unwholesome demand. I hope these all 8 types of demands you are able to understand. Now, next topic under the scope of market, we will discuss what is the definition of markets. Okay, so traditionally we define market as a physical place where buyers and sellers gather to buy and sell good. Okay, please understand this is the traditional definition of markets. Okay, but in today's context, if we will say, it will cover both physical as well as virtual places. Okay, like your online sites are there. There you are not going physically, but virtually you can go through your system or mobile or any other device. Okay, so it is a place, we can say it is a physical or virtual place where buyers and sellers gather to buy and sell goods. Economic definition of markets, this says that market as a collection of buyers and sellers who transact over a particular product or product class. Now under economy, they also say that collection of buyers and sellers, but one new term they are putting here, transaction. Okay, they transact over a particular product. So barter systems are also there where you can exchange one good on behalf of another good, or you can pay a price for that good. Marketers use the term market to cover various grouping of customers. Now with this figure, we can understand how the different type of markets, they do transaction with each other. So here we have classified that markets in five categories: government markets, manufacturer market, consumer market, resource market, and intermediary markets. So government markets, how they do transaction with other markets, like the government also buy goods and products. They might be buying it from manufacturers, customers, consumer markets, or intermediaries or resource markets. So on behalf of that, they are paying money, and how they are collecting, they are collecting taxes from different markets. Similarly, you can see that how the transaction is happening between different kinds of market. It might be in terms of goods and services they are selling to each other, and money they are getting it on behalf of that. So there are basically four kind of markets we are discussing here: consumer market, business market, global market, non-profit, and government market. This concept might be you have learned in your macroeconomic class also, where you have discussed the circular flow of money with the four variables. Okay, so I hope today's lecture is clear. Once again, we can do a revision. Like under scope of market, we have discussed today which are the various things we can market. Next, we discuss what are marketers and prospects. Then various types of demand, types of demand we have discussed. Under this, first was the negative demand. Okay, the demand of products which we dislike in general, known as existing demand. The demand for the product is no more or very less. Latent demand, the demand which customer realize later after consuming the product. Declining demand, the frequency of purchase is very less or not at all. Irregular demand, based on seasons, products demand change. And full demand, adequately buying of all the products put in the market. Medicines are the example. Overfull demand, how much ever product you are putting in the market, all is being consumed by the consumers. Unwholesome demand for the product which are socially which are not acceptable. Then we discuss what is markets, the definition of markets. Here we discuss that those are the places, physical or virtual, where buyers and sellers are gathering and doing some kind of exchange. Then we discussed how this exchange is happening between the different markets, and what are the different customer markets. I hope the concepts which we discussed today is clear. So with this slide, I'm ending today's lecture. If you have some kind of confusion, you can ping me over your WhatsApp groups. I will try to solve your queries over there. Thank you for watching today's lecture.